Hey guys, so today I have swatches of the Zoya Whispers collection. This is their kind of transitional from winter to spring collection that they come out with every year. So these are like muted pastel creams. I will link the website down below where you guys can check these out, and I will get into the swatches. So the first polish is called Cala, and this is a light kind of almond color. Here's one coat. This one is a bit sheer on the first coat, a bit streaky. Formula feels great though, nearly perfect consistency. I do feel like it would run down the sides of the nail a little bit if you did too thick of a coat, but not bad. So here's two coats. This one is still a tiny bit streaky on the second coat. I feel like if you're not super picky, you could probably get away with it, but it's just a little bit too much for me, so I'm going to do a third. And this does dry very shiny as well. So I accidentally did my pointer when I wasn't recording, but this does cover completely on the third coat. This can be a little bit prone to ridges, as it does seem to be getting pretty thick by the time you get to that third coat. Most of those do level out as it dries, but if you're not careful with it, you can have some ridges that remain. So there is 3 coats of Cala. The next polish is called Misty, and this is almost like a slightly sage green tinged taupe color. So here's one coat. This one is also just a little bit streaky on the first coat. Formula is really good on this one. I do feel like it's a little bit thicker than the last one, so it is very smooth, very easy to apply. So here's 2 coats. This one is completely opaque in 2. I'm doing a little bit of a thicker second coat to make sure that it is though. And I think depending on your application, you might end up needing 3 because this does take very, very careful application not to get those ridges or any extra streaks. So there is 2 coats of Misty. So the next color is called April, and this is a lighter pinky nude. So here's one coat. This one is a bit sheer and a bit streaky on the first coat. The formula is the same as that first polish. Cala was. It's a little bit on the thinner side. It's still easy to apply, but I definitely think it would run if you did too thick of a first coat. So here's 2 coats. This one is still a bit streaky on the second coat, so it is going to need a third. This one also dries very shiny. So here's 3 coats. This one covers completely on 3. We do have to be careful not to push too hard or you can create extra streaks though. As long as you're a little bit careful, the majority of any ridges that will show up do level themselves out. So there is 3 coats of April. The next polish is called Lake, and this is a slightly dusty sky blue cream. So here's one coat. And this one is a little bit streaky on the first coat. The formula is a little bit thicker than the last one though, so it is easier to control. So here's 2 coats. This one is opaque for me in 2. I am doing a thicker second coat to make sure that it does cover though, so depending on the thickness of your coats and how much pressure you apply when you're painting, you might end up needing 3. I think this one is right on the edge between 2 and 3. So there is 2 coats of Lake. The next polish is called Ireland, and this is a dusty yellow-green. So here's one coat. This one is a bit streaky on the first coat. Formula is really good though, very easy to control. So here's 2 coats. So this one covers completely in 2. This dries very shiny as well. So there is 2 coats of Ireland. So the next polish is called Eastyn, and this is kind of a dusty mauve color. It's not showing up as pinky on camera as it is in person. So here's one coat. This one actually covers really well on the first coat. It's a little bit streaky still, but not very much. Fantastic formula. I think some people will probably find this one thick. I tend to prefer thicker formulas myself, so for me it's perfect. So here's 2 coats. This one covers completely in 2. It was nearly opaque in 1 on some nails, so that doesn't surprise me at all. Very, very shiny when it dries. All of the polishes in this collection have been shiny. So there is 2 coats of Eastyn. So April is my favorite. This is like my skin tone nudie pink color. This is kind of similar to Brittany, which was in the satin, I think it was just the satins that came out last January for the transitional collection, and I really, really liked that one. So I do really like this one too. I think it looks really good on my skin tone. So that is the Zoya Whispers collection. I will link the website down below where you guys can check those out. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I will talk to you later.